Have you ever seen something that you weren't meant to see while scrolling on social media? Like, for example, you scroll on TikTok and you stumble upon a Lamborghini. You think, alright, cool. But then you see something that's barely visible. You look closely and then you see a woman being I use TikTok as an example, but it seems like the moderation everywhere is a f***ing joke. They allow some questionable stuff on their platform while going after people that drop something innocent in the comments. It's like when their image doesn't get damaged, they just don't care. Let's take a look at a few instances of moderation failing us. Since we're already discussing TikTok, it seems like it's the best place to start, because it seems like TikTok has completely given up on their moderation. We have people who got a warning for calling someone a dodo head. Meanwhile, we have people posting literal NSFW content on the platform and it stays up for days. The best example I can give is a trend that is currently ongoing, which I will not name, and I highly advise you to not search it up either. So, how this trend works is someone posts a video with a little caption, to which people then respond with story, insinuating that you should check out their story. What you'll notice is that in most cases, the people are just posting memes on their story, right? Just having fun and trolling the people that are genuinely interested in explicit content. But then we also have the people that are genuinely participating in the trend, and this is how. Clicking on the stories of these people, you are presented with a screenshot of their camera app. Nothing strange so far, until you check out this area, because in there, you are presented with non-clothed Homo sapiens. Stuff that's not allowed on the platform. This trend is problematic. But let's be honest, we have all watched so it's not really that big of a problem. Until you realize that TikTok's audience mostly consists of underage people. And I'd be delusional to think that minors don't watch porn either, because they do. But that's not the issue here. The issue is, with all of the explicit material that's posted, it's hard to verify the age of the people in these images. So you have no idea if you are actually watching someone who is over the age of 18 or under it. This is the reason why I'm advising people to not search this trend up, because who knows who is actually posting on there. But knowing TikTok's demographics, the chances are extremely high that someone underage is participating in this trend. The funny thing is, the trend has been ongoing for a week now, and TikTok has, so far, banned a lot of people that partook in the trend, but they have not done anything to fix this vulnerability, which is actually insane, as some stories stay up for the entire duration of a story's lifetime. But this is not the only breach that this platform has had. As mentioned in the intro, I discussed the Lamborghini example. I did not make that shit up, as there used to be a trend where someone posted a car just to see a video floating around. I've been shitting on TikTok's moderation, but they are not the only one with the issue. Let's take a look at Instagram. I myself haven't been on Instagram a lot, but the times I did go on it, I was presented with a lot of violence, which kind of surprised me, but apparently these videos are allowed. Despite how violent they are nothing compared to what happened on February 26th. Well, I didn't go on Instagram to see it for myself. I've heard more than enough stories about it and read up on a few articles. People were bombarded with violence and the grimmest actions humanity has to offer. Basically, Funky Town type stuff. People were obviously enraged as they went on Instagram to watch some cursed reels, not 50 people dying in 50 separate videos back to back. Meta came forward and apologized. They called it just a simple error and fixed it and called it a day. But this is yet another example of how moderation is failing us. I get that some disturbing stuff can slip through here and there, no matter how advanced your algorithm is. But how does it fail to stop this many? It was like a gate with no fences around it. Some people might tell me that one incident isn't enough to say moderation is a joke. And I agree. But this wasn't the first time it happened on Instagram. When I looked around the internet, people pointed out that something similar happened on February 26th. Again, but 2 years before this. I also read that tech companies are trying to be less strict with inappropriate content, and that's fine. I can support that. But I'm 100% sure turning into another live leak was not what they meant by this. Given the topic of this video, It might seem ironic to you guys that I support the direction that they want to take with their policies, but the way I see it, I want less censorship of people's opinion, right? I don't like when people get silenced, but that doesn't mean I'm comfortable seeing a man being crushed by an elephant, or non-consensual stuff, especially involving minors. So, I think I've made my point clear about social media having some serious moderation issues that need to be addressed. It's not just TikTok or Instagram. Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter have similar problems, but it's not only these platforms. I think everyone knows what Roblox is and has probably played it at least once in their life, so it needs no introduction. I think we all know about the annoying like just saying one wrong thing, and the entire sentence you spend 30 seconds typing gets censored. With that level of censorship, you'd expect a very safe environment, but nope. We have condo games, where players roleplay inappropriate stuff. We have the exploit, which I think got patched, I hope. Then there were other exploits that were just as inappropriate, plus t-shirts that make you wonder how they even got through. And then there's a massive issue Roblox faces, and that is while Minecraft has a terrible reputation because of the disgusting people who play it, I'd argue Roblox is worse. Almost every YouTuber I used to love ended up being exposed as a It's gotten so bad that there have been real-life kidnappings that started because of this platform. Has Roblox done much to stop this issue? Hell no. You need to realize that a lot of these who were exposed still have their accounts up. Hell, Roblox would rather go after Ruben Sim for trolling than deal with the actual dangers of this platform. Which just begs the question, why? Why is Roblox so strict about the language and other minor offenses, but completely ignores the massive issues plaguing the platform? And again, it's not just Roblox. Almost every platform has this issue. They'll go after someone for saying something mild, but ignore the huge problem until it's too late. That's a very common thing across all of these platforms, and it's exactly what pushed me to make this video and call out the awful moderation happening basically everywhere. But of course, if they're making money while doing the bare minimum, who cares, right? Which gives me the impression that they really don't care about our safety, as long as they are getting money out of our pockets. Not saying that it's the case, but it just comes off that way. Like, sure, adults can handle most of the stuff depicted, but children are very vulnerable. Before people say that parents should monitor what their kids are doing, sure, you are right, but at the same time, they can't always be present. So there should be at least some level of safety coming from these platforms, which, at this point, a lot of them are failing to deliver. So anyways, that was it for today. Like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.